The following presentation will carry out the topic Classroom Management, mainly reference from the book How to Teach English by Jeremy Harmer. The presentation is divided into the teacher's performance, teaching advices, classroom strategies, and the learning environment aims. All of them will be presented by Jimena. There are three aspects that construct how the teacher's performance is evidenced during the class. The first one will be the teacher attitude during the lesson, which includes the physical presence and behavior that are important because it's the first impression that students get from the teacher, as well as the confidence and property of the topic. The teachers are asked to be aware of every student's response and to be the first learner after each experience. The second will be the use of the voice, by examining the audibility and having a strategic tone of voice when needed. For instance, when emphasizing on something that is important, the teacher might talk a little bit louder, and when requiring a little bit of silence, the tone of voice will be lower. It is important as well the talking speed, making sure that the teacher is not speaking too fast or too slow according to the language level, and the conservation of the vocal energy, since our voice is our main tool. And the last one will be the use of L1, by having a strategic use of the mother tongue, by promoting mostly the second language environment, which is very important, and making a useful but not frequent or constant use of translation, maybe just when it is needed and required, maybe just to make sure that the students understood and got what they are called to do during the activities, like the instructions or basic directions that the teacher is giving and maybe are not pretty clear. As teaching advices, we find that several factors are involved. One of them will be the lesson plan, which regards the use of time, for instance, as a time projection, the activities that are going to be developed, the sources that are going to be used, and the aims or goals of the class. Another important factor is the material selection, which is based on an adequate language level and pursues students' interest and attention. Giving instructions is another important factor, because in here teachers are called to state clear and effective directions and make a use of simple language and check students' comprehension about the task that they are called to develop, as well as having and taking into account the students' and teachers' time to talk. All of those advices and important factors are ingredients that determine the class development and success. Okay. As classroom management strategies, the learning environment is very important to be promoted by terms of having visual helpers around the classroom or posters with important vocabulary, and place a value for students' drafts and projects around the classroom so they will be motivated to work on them, and by having students working collaboratively on groups with seating arrangements, trying to focus the teacher's attention in smaller groups instead of the only. In synthesis, the learning environment aims will be to catch students' attention, to promote collaborative work, to examine teachers' time talking and students' time talking, to analyze the different methods and theories in order to update continually the teaching strategies, to encourage students to be aware of their own learning process, to establish partnership with parents regarding the continuity of the ESL process out of the classroom, to analyze and gather co-workers' teaching experiences as well, and to be always aware of the influence that as teachers we cause in the students' learning process. This was a
presentation.
And here you will find references. Thank you for listening, and I hope it is helpful and contribute to our class.
Thank you very much.